Hello Harry Potter friends, welcome back. Happy New Year. I know it's been a while since I last showed my face on here. It's mostly because I am more active on my Instagram channel, but I do see a community growing here, and first of all I just want to say a massive thanks for any of you who do watch my videos. I know that they're not the best, but thank you if you enjoy them and leave comments and interact with me. I do aim to make more of these this year, hopefully on here as well, so we'll see how that goes. So as you know from the title of this video, it's all about the Harry Potter Return to Hogwarts show or reunion show that aired on January 1st, 2022. It's a one-off show celebrating 20 years of the Harry Potter films, where HBO Max, Wizarding World and Warner Brothers have come together and reunited some of the main cast and crew from the Harry Potter films. I've been covering this quite heavily as it's just stuff us fans have waited for ages. How could I not? So I wanted a few days to pass to allow everyone a chance to see it. There will be some spoilers in here, so the spoiler warning going up now. So if you've not seen it, please don't watch this, as there will be small clips from the actual show. I want to go through some of my favourite bits of the show, and hopefully you can share some of your favourite bits too. In the UK, it's available to watch on Sky and Now TV. At the end, I will inform you about where you can watch it in other countries around the world too. So going into it, I was awake early. It started about 8 AM on Saturday morning. I had my cuppa, I had some tissues, good job I did as well. One of the things that I absolutely loved about is the way it starts. It starts so cinematically, and it's really sort of like a mini movie, and it was just really nice to see London and sort of in sort of the Christmassy, festive ambience going on there. Some of the characters started showing, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then so you move into the indoor shots at Warner Brothers Tour Studios in London. So they use the actual Tour Studios to film this as well, and I think it's just so beautiful, where the sets are, you know, what were actually used in the film, or the actors to return there and sort of do this. I think that's really special as well. Then it kind of starts with this really lovely sort of a mini Yule Ball theme private party going on, and you start seeing some more familiar characters, and it's absolutely lovely. A lot of it was featured in the teaser trailers as well, so we got to see quite a bit of this. So this is the bit that really gives me bumps, when Daniel Radcliffe, they're showing from the back, you know, he's walking through Diagon Alley. This is another one of the sets at Warner Brothers Tour Studios, which you can visit as well. It's just like, it's just so moving, and for me it's extra special because it's one of my favourite quotes from the books. It always makes me quite emotional every time I read it, every time someone says it, every time I hear it, so it was a perfect choice to Harry Potter, the Boy Who Lived. I enjoyed the whole setup of the show, where the actors are interviewing each other, and mostly it is Daniel Radcliffe who's interviewing like the other cast and crew members. Also it's divided into sections as well, which I thought was a really nice idea. It's nice to see sort of the growth of the films, the actors, you know, the story as well, and you also get an insight of the director's thought process and why the directors chose certain things and their approach. One of the things that really moved me was sort of how sort of down to earth Daniel Radcliffe is as well, and he's like such a sweet, humble person. You know, he's this massive star, but it's like you're just talking to a friend. I love the way sort of he's interviewing like the other actors and cast members from the film. One of my favourite scenes from sort of the first half of the show, where Daniel Radcliffe and Chris Columbus are talking about how Richard Harris had no idea that it was an animatronics and not a real creature playing Phoenix. Obviously so nice to see the Golden Trio together, especially in the Gryffindor common room. You're back together after ages, and it's like, you know, like they say something like time has passed but no time has passed, and it's just so true, because watching the show is exactly how it made you feel. It's like, for a lot of us, I think it just kind of takes you back to that time when we first sort of fell in love with the story, and it's like, well, this time has passed but not really. So I think there's some really beautiful quotes in there as well. I love these snippets of when the books were released, and just that sort of like the fans, waiting for the books to come out. That was me. I was part of that generation. I used to wait for the books to come out. I was the age of Harry and his friends in the books, and also the actors playing them as well. Like, I was the same age, and now as well. I'm also in my 30s, and it just feels so surreal, and I feel so lucky that I got to grow up with it and experience it as well. And it just makes me more emotional, because I just remember those times as well, waiting for the books to be released, or waiting for midnight. I mean, I wasn't allowed to go out at midnight, so I'd go first thing in the morning, to grab my copy, read it straight away, before the weekend was open, school started again, and sort of just be like trying to guess what might happen next in the story. And it was just such an amazing sort of time, and I'm really lucky that I got to be part of it. And then just sort of seeing them sort of show their emotions and their side, and just expressing how it made them feel, it just makes you feel so sort of warm and appreciative, because you can tell how much it means to them, but also for the fans as well. They know how huge it is, and they appreciate that, and it shows in the way they talk to each other. It's like they're not only amazing actors, but they just seem like genuinely really nice people as well. I love the raw emotions they express, and if you think about it, they're all child actors thrown into this limelight for a long period of time, and that's pretty amazing to be able to have that, and then turn out to be like really nice people as well. And it shows across, in the way they talk about the franchise and their experiences. So it was a really nice combination of everything. Yes, I did cry all the way through it. The end is definitely sad, but I felt like there was lots of bits in between that just really sort of got me going. I really like this as well. This was just a bit shocking actually. It was finally confirmed, it was so nice for Emma Watson and Tom Felton to speak about each other like that in such a way. And then even when Rupert Grint and Emma Watson were talking to each other, the emotions were so raw, and you could feel the love, like they just care for each other so much, and it goes beyond the Golden Trio as well. It's very funny too, so the actors have this great relationship. This segment is absolutely hilarious. And then there's also like never seen footage as well that was deleted, and I always love stuff like that. There was one bit where the Weasley twins breaks the director's ribs. That was really, really funny too. Really emotional segment where the stars are not with us anymore. There's some really beautiful quotes there that take you on a really emotional roller coaster. So grab your tissues, guys, because I went through a lot, and this one especially.
There's something about Harry Potter that makes life richer. Like when things get really dark and times are really hard, stories give us places we can go where we can rest and feel held.
It's just so true, like, it's like an escape. So many people who come from all different sort of walks of life, the Harry Potter fans. We'll all have like all these different stories, but we have like this main connection, and it's just so moving, and it's just so, it is like an escape.
People love so much and makes people happy.
There's something about the escapism you find, the healthy form of escapism. That, I think, is kind of what Harry Potter does.
Pick the book up, or you watch the films, or you listen to it. Beautiful, magical escape, and it just feels safe, and it just sort of makes it feel okay again. And this bit at the end as well really made me tearful. Robbie Coltrane, who plays Hagrid, I was just sort of bawling my eyes out at this point. I won't spoil the end, but the ending is just perfect as well. So there was one part in the trailer where Gary Oldman touches Daniel Radcliffe's heart. I didn't quite catch that in the thingy, so maybe that was only used for the teaser trailer. And there were some like odd bits, like where I think they maybe might have used a wrong childhood picture of Emma Watson. I heard somewhere as well that they got the twins' real names mixed up as well, so I don't know whether that was for a joke or not. And then like, there was just like odd bits, like where, for instance, the actor Ian Hart, who plays Quirrell, just appears for like literally a second, but we don't see him at all. But all in all, it's a really enjoyable show, and I would definitely recommend it if you're a Harry Potter fan and you haven't seen it. And actually, even if you're not and you just like sort of movies, it's quite an interesting insight to seeing the directors speak about it as well, and especially, for instance, the directors towards the end of the series, and some more controversial choices and scenes that were placed in the final movie, for instance, and a lot of people found them quite odd or misplaced. There is a bit of explanation about that as well. I definitely did find that quite interesting, and seeing sort of their side of it. Overall, I just absolutely loved it. It's something that I think a lot of Harry Potter fans have been waiting for a long time. And I think we all are very thankful to HBO Max and Wizarding World and Warner Brothers and the Harry Potter film sort of franchise to allow this to happen and to get, you know, the main characters back, the main actors back, and talking about it. It means so much to a lot of people. I'm on my third watch of it now, and it brings me a lot of joy watching it. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? What were your favourite parts? Where can you view this? So I did make a short video of this just before the release of where it would be shown around the world, because there are lots of different channels. So you can check that out, but also I'll list the countries below as well, just in case you are struggling to find what them platforms are. I'm really hoping that this year is going to be a really good one for Harry Potter fans, and you know, we've got quite a few things to look forward to. You know, we have this show airing on the 1st of January, the Fantastic Beasts 3 movie coming out, Secrets of Dumbledore, in April, so that'll be another one definitely look at together. Hopefully we'll get the Hogwarts Legacy video game towards the end of the year, which has been promised to us. I'll do a video on that as well, of what I know so far, for anyone who might not know much about it. But yeah, that's about it really. Do let me know what you thought of the show, and hopefully we'll speak again soon. Take care, goodbye.